Welcome to the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove, where the fence world gets real, raw, and unfiltered. Billy's not just an industry leader, he's a hands-on pro who knows what it takes to build quality fences and strong teams. So grab a cold one, settle in, and get ready for straight talk about the trade. Today's show is brought to you by Mr. Fence Academy, National Metal Industries, J.C. Gurry Signs and Decals, and Orlando Hinge Company. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. Real fencers, real job sites, real training equals real results. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove.
What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight on this fabulous cold Tuesday evening? It's finally gotten cold here in the Panhandle of Florida. It's only December 2nd, but it's pretty chilly out there for a Florida boy. Hope everybody has had a wonderful Thanksgiving, ate all the food, spent some time with family, relaxed, recharged, and has started the week off in a positive note. We got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to be talking about slow season and leadership during the slow season as well. This hits home with a lot of people, especially some of my smaller guys. Maybe guys who have not been in the industry for a very long time. But stay tuned. First and foremost, guys, we got to give a huge shout out to our sponsors who make this thing happen every single week on time for the most part. But first and foremost, guys, we got Mr. Fence Academy. If you are still looking to up the level of your fence company, whether it be the business side or the installation side, guys, go check out www.mrfenceacademy.com. Even if you don't join the academy, reach out, talk to some academy members, get yourself to a training and learn some stuff. Just go do it. Next up, we have National Metal Industries, guys. Privacy slats, chain link tools, chain link, ornamental iron, vinyl. They also just dropped a new aluminum handrail kit. Comes in 3 foot tall, 6 foot wide, or 8 foot wide sections, black or white. Go check them out at www.nmifence.com. If you guys are still looking for fence signs to put on your beautiful fences after you are done installing them, go check out the folks over at J.C. Gurry. Hands down, the most kind-hearted people in the industry that I have met to date, and they're just awesome people, make awesome signs. They all come with Mylar lamination, so that way they look good 10 years down the road. Go check them out over at www.jcgurry.com. Last but not least, the Orlando Hinge Company, aka the Swan Hinge. Guys, if you're still wondering what to do with uphill swing like gate leafs on double drive gates, you really need to go check out the Swan Hinge. It's a wonderful product. I'm not just saying that. I've used a lot of them. They're an awesome team over there. If you got any questions, Kevin will get you taken care of. Go check them out over at www.swanhinge.com. Boom. All right, guys. So let's get right into it. So it is December 2nd right now. So the winter blues are really starting to hit. Most of the northern, midwestern parts of the nation have already got snow, and phones have stopped, or not stopped, but maybe have slowed down ringing, and we're now hitting panic mode. But this is where your successful companies and your companies that are going to fail in the winter or the spring differ, right? So first and foremost, we're going to cover lead processes. The slow season hits everybody differently depending on their system. Companies with a stronger lead process feel it less because they've already had 6 to 8 weeks booked out. So all they really got to worry about is, 2 months from now. companies who only rely on word of mouth or phone calls and don't use any Google ads, social media, stuff like that, they're going to be struggling hard, right? So you want to make sure that you are doing yourself that due diligence of getting into either an SEO company, watching the videos yourself and learning how to do it. But you want to get yourself on Google, right? I have a like perfect example of it. This morning, we talked to our guys about getting like 5-star like reviews, and I was like, I know none of you guys are alive whenever we were using phone books, but there's a reason why there are so many companies named A1, AA, AAA, all this stuff, because they were put at the top of the phone book list, right? So 5-star reviews are basically like AA, AAA, A1, whatever, fence service, plumbing service, whatever you want to call it. Everybody did it back then. So I was explaining that to them, and you could see the light bulb go off, because that puts you at the top, having the most 5-star reviews, right? Or being the top searched company. So making sure that you are utilizing all of those tools that are out there, but you may not know about them. Either, like I said, hire a company to do it, or get down on some YouTube University. YouTube has a lot of very in-depth videos on this stuff. And if you're into tech stuff, maybe slightly recommend, but if you're not into tech stuff, I wouldn't even try it. I would just hire a company, to be completely honest with you. Emotional pressure during the slow season is real. Don't try to cover it up. Just acknowledge it. Grab life by the horns, right? This is the time of year that scares a lot of business owners, especially when the phones start slowing down and they're starting to really catch up on work. And they might be, I don't know, they might be 6 to 8 weeks out in the regular season, and now they're pushing a week, 2 weeks out. So people start getting nervous, especially if you have guys, families to take care of. But there are ways to get through it, which we'll talk about later on. What I'm trying to say is you have to be prepared for it, right? So the 5 P's or the 7 P's, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. I think that's 6. I don't know. Either way, but being prepared for the slow season will go a long way. Even if you're not super lined up with work, knowing that it's coming and being prepared. Maybe you got some extra like cash in the banks, like stacked up for the winter. But just making sure that not only you and your family are prepared, but your company is prepared as well. That is very, very, very important. A lot of common mistakes that I see companies around here locally do in the slow season, for the first and foremost, is dropping prices out of desperation. We all know that saying, let's not race to the bottom. That's what happens here in my area during the wintertime. People are doing it for, I don't even know how they're even making any money on it, to be honest with you, unless they're just, not using all the materials or proper materials or whatnot. But, I start seeing prices drop down to right above what it would cost to just buy the materials to build a fence, not just build it. But don't do that. That is a one-way ticket to closing your doors. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Yeah, so it's 5. Okay, so it's not 6. Thanks, Chris. But don't drop your prices to try to stay afloat. All that's going to do is sink your ship even faster. See a lot of companies start pausing their marketing, turning off Google ads and stuff. There are correct times to do that. Say you're 9 to 10 weeks out. It's probably a good time to shut those ads off and raise your prices up a little bit. And then again, relying on hope instead of planning, man. Planning. Like that's just huge, right? Cutting back on communication with the team out of being nervous to talk about what actually is going on, and letting the morale sink in the company because, we're slow, and you can't be Eeyore out there, right? Oh, I guess we're going to go to work today. Want to do this, right? Even when you're slow, you got to have a good attitude, come in, pump the team up, get them ready to go. it's actually a huge opportunity, and this is where what differentiates the successful companies from the not so successful or failed companies, right? Slow season is a huge opportunity for training, hiring on new guys that you can see stay, and which I know is very hard these days. Trust me, we just closed a revolving door here where I'm at, and I'm so glad, so glad. We've got a nice core group of people that we are pouring into and building up. So that is really, so now we can start hiring and let them weed them out, right? Because that's what culture does, is your employees weed out the bad guys. So that is super important. Drop it in the comments. How is the slow season treating your company right now? Let's be honest. Speaking of comments, we got a couple to get to. Let's see, they're stacking up over here. First and foremost, we got Chris Hearn. What's up, everyone? How you doing, buddy? JBR Fences is in the house. Great company right there. Oh, we got Mr. Jordan Hunt. This is an awesome topic. Thank you, sir. Sylvia Laura Marquez. I hope I did not butcher that. What's up, guys? Cheers from Maricopa, Arizona. I bet it's quite warm in Arizona right now, isn't it? We got DJ Evers in the house. He says, hey, man. JBR says, Jordan Hunt, what's up? Jordan Hunt, there we go. Living the dream, bro. Got recharged in the mountains and refocused for the business. Did you get any mountain lions, Jordan? 18 to 30 inches of snow up here, 15 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Temps still chewing up backlogs. Good Lord. Oh my God. No, thank you. No, thank you of 18 to 30 inches of snow. Chris Hearn says, just got done plowing snow for almost 4 days here. My JBR says, my first snow of the year there. And then, of course, there's Chris saying proper planning prevents before. God damn, I still butchered it. Proper planning prevents poor performance. And Chris Steele says, got to win all year first. That is right, man. So, like I said, drop in the comments how your fence company is doing during the slow season. Let's talk about it. Don't be scared. Oh, look at that. We got Mr. Mike Moore in the house. He says, not slow at all. Good, man. I love it. I love to hear that. So not yet. Next trip is the lion hunt. Oh, all right. Well, I'm expecting some pictures of a nice mountain lion like last year. Oh, man. Josh Glover says he just left the pool. Man, it's not cold there. It's cold here. It's 44 degrees outside, and you're not that far from me. It should be pretty cold. But all right, diving back into it. So staying busy during the like slow months, lead generation moves that actually work. AI, Mr. Josh Glover's in the house right here. He's been doing a lot of stuff for AI. I love his posts that are completely like start to finish AI. That goes a long way. Doing past customer follow-ups, saying, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm just calling to make sure that you are still loving your fence the day that it was installed, and making sure that everything was all right. Okay, that goes a long way because they're going to talk to their neighbors. Maybe Tom across the street was already interested, and next time Mrs. Jones sees Tom, she's gonna be like, you know what? My fence company just called me back. I think you should really go with them. That goes a long way. But also doing what is the word for it? Automation, email, AI stuff. Like I was saying like just a minute ago, making sure that you're sending out just stuff to like customers who are in the pipeline and who have not bit yet, or people that you know, just sending out emails, getting yourself out there. Like social media updates. Of course, we should be doing this a lot, right? At least once a week. Because we all know that algorithms hate inactivity. They'll actually penalize you for that. So making sure that you are staying up at least once a week, putting a like job up, showing some new tools, showing your install practices, so to say, just getting out there for your local community, for the algorithm to do its work, and letting people see your work, staying in the like forefront of their mind always. Last but not least, financing reminders on those posts at the bottom say, don't forget, we offer financing through whatever financing company that you want to. Our interest rates are X amount, right? Making sure that people know that maybe they can't afford that 12 grand right now, but they can maybe afford half of it. What if they can finance half and put the other half down like to you? You know, that might be holding up a sale that you don't know about. Try it. Let's do it. Again, we're going to hit on filling the schedule without lowering prices. Your value of your fence company doesn't drop just because it's cold, right? So I mean, we shouldn't drop our prices just because it's gotten cold outside. If anything, we should raise our prices at the end of the day, right? But always emphasize your quality, speed, professionalism, and clean job sites. And for those of you who have to shut down in the winter because you can't dig through frozen ground, maybe we should really try to check out the driven system. I know there's people up in North Dakota right now, Nebraska. Let's see, we got Jordan Hunt up in Michigan, and guess what? That frozen ground is not bothering them one bit because they're driving posts. I don't want to get on the whole driving post thing because no, I talk about it all the time, but maybe we experiment that like during the winter while we're slow. Go in the back of the yard and figure out how to drive some posts. Get yourself to a training. Figure out how to drive some posts and not shut down in the winter and keep you guys working. So that goes a long way. Let's see here. We're gonna get to a couple more of these comments. Chris Steele says Josh Glover is probably in Jamaica. Josh is with Billy Morrison in the Bahamas. Hell yeah. I wish I was in the Bahamas right now. All right. Josh says, to be fair, I'm not doing any AI right now. I haven't touched it in months. Check out the latest posts that are automatically posted when the guys take a completed pick. That's really cool right there. That is really cool. JC Gurry, Signs and Decals is in the house. Say, hey, Billy. Hey, Mark and Mary. How are you doing? All right, we got a pretty long update from Jordan. I'm gonna go ahead and read that real fast. He says, budget for the year is set in January, and we shut down at Christmas and start March 15th. So we budgeted for only 10,920 in-field hours this year based on our known crew. But that leaves those crew members in the shop for about 400 man hours apiece this winter to do repair and maintenance work, material prep, gate building, etc., etc. And we budgeted for those 400 man hours a piece in our overhead structure. Then that could all be backed into our pricing guidelines for the year. This year I'm giving, and it stopped. So again, we got somebody who is actually preparing for the slow months in spring, during the summer, during the fall, knowing that they have to raise their prices to be able to keep their guys at least getting a paycheck for those 400 man hours apiece while they are closed for the winter. So again, proper preparation prevents poor performance. The only thing I drive is my truck. I mean, I feel that. I do. We got Mr. Kevin to Steve in the house. He says, what is up? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Staying busy, I hope. I do know that you are staying busy. Alrighty, all right. Let's see. Where were we at? The show notes. Here we go. And again, marketing during the like slow season is critical. You know, lots of homeowners are shopping right now for spring projects. Spring projects is a huge thing, not just in my area, but I know all over the country. So making sure that you are still marketing yourself, even though it is slow season, is critical. It's just like saying, I'm going to not go to the gym because I don't have a six pack yet. You know, so let's not stop the marketing because we're not super slammed right now. Huge mistakes that kill spring profits. And I can attest to this because I have been one of those people who has dropped their prices in December and gotten booked out and then can't make money in March. Saying yes to everything in December will get you nowhere in March, right? Or vice versa. So once again, let's not drop our prices. And something that we're going to get to after the break is no training, no systems, no prep equals crew chaos, right? So like I said earlier, take this time to like train up your core guys, train up your crew, teach them some new processes. Like for instance, we taught one of our foremans the other day how to build a wood gate frame. We don't use wood gate frames; we use metal gate frames. But we had one for Chris's mom and one for Dr. Horton, who just wanted it up, and he knows now how to build a wood gate frame. So he's learning new things. He might not ever use it again. He might use it as home, but making sure that they are what's the word? Not just in one aspect of building, making sure they are diverse. That's the word. It came to me magically like that. Boom. All right, guys, we are going to jump to commercial break. We'll be back in 3 minutes. See you then.
National Metal Industries, a family-owned business for 70-plus years, has grown to be recognized for their ability to deliver on not just privacy slats for fence, but all types of fence products. National Metal Industries has all the hardware and tools to get the fence professional in and out of their job with the most ease possible. You can count on National Metal Industries for the most convenient resources in fence products. Visit nmifence.com for more information. As we like to say, you can always pick it right at National. J.C. Gurry Signs and Decals has been a trusted name in the sign industry since 1949, with all manufacturing done in-house from start to finish right here in the USA. With 75 years in outdoor signage and roots dating back to the 1920s, J.C. Gurry specializes in durable, high-quality signs and decals. In-house screen printing since the 1970s ensures every product meets the highest standards. Visit jcgurry.com for more information. Every aluminum sign includes Mylar lamination at no extra cost, extending product life in tough outdoor conditions. For unmatched quality and longevity, visit jcgurry.com. Struggling with a gate that drags on your sloped yard? Orlando Hinge Company has the solution, the Swan Hinge. Unlike standard hinges, the Swan Hinge lets double drive gates swing open smoothly up inclines, eliminating dragging and binding. Easy to install on vinyl, aluminum, wood, and chain link gates. It's built for durability and made to withstand the elements. And when your customer hears that, yes, their gates can work on a slope, you just made the sale. The Swan Hinge, designed by fencers for fencers. Made in the USA, lifetime warranty. Order today at swanhinge.com or email info@orlandohingecompany.com. The Swan Hinge, because every gate deserves to open smoothly.
All right, guys, we are back. And one more shout out to give. Again, if you guys are looking to up the level of your fence company, whether it be the business side or the installation side, do yourself a favor. Go check out www.mrfenceacademy.com. Boom. All right, guys, we're back. So we are talking about slow season, leadership during the like slow season, true crane. Good God, I am just like stumbling over words all night tonight. Crew training, yeah. So we are right here. So a couple of the reasons why I see that the crews like morale starts dropping in slow season. Days get shorter, hours get cut, paychecks start feeling lighter because we're no longer like getting overtime, and I tell all my guys to use that as saving money. Don't depend on that every single week or every single paycheck. Some of the newer guys who haven't been around for a slow season, they start fearing like layoffs. Sometimes the communication from the top goes quiet if you're a very smaller company and this is your first or maybe second winter, and you're just scared, right? I mean, it happens. Shit, it really happens. And then of course, winter work just it sucks, right? Everything hurts more. It's cold. Everything's stiffer, tougher, harder, and it's just not as much fun, to be completely honest with you. I know myself, I hate cold weather. I cannot stand it. I will look like one of the kids from A Christmas Story if it gets below 40. True story. I do not have the gumption to go hunting up in the mountains during the middle of winter like Jordan Hunt does. Hats off to you for that, buddy. I could not do it. But you sure can catch me out on a beach in 110-degree weather fishing on the beach all day long. So there's that. I love hot weather. But back to it. So here's something that your good leaders are going to do differently. They're going to have transparent communication. Guys, here's where we're at. We're the month. We're either killing it or here's where we need to be, right? Making sure that these guys know that there is more than just coming in, clocking in, doing their job and going home. Making sure that they are trying to take care of the company as well. Because as a company, not one or two people can do it. It has to be a team effort, right? An organizational effort. So making sure that that happens. Daily check-ins with guys, making sure that all of the crew members are okay, right? Like going up to John and just saying, "Hey man, how you doing today?" Blah blah blah. Awesome. Go out there, kill it today, bro. I'll see you in the morning if I don't see you later. Setting expectations. That is a huge thing. Making sure that your team members know what is expected of them. If they know what is expected of them, probably a good 8 out of 10 times they're going to hit that bar, right? But if they have no expectation, if they don't know where they're where they're supposed to be at on this job at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, they're probably not going to be there, right? So making sure that all of your team members, not just the foreman, but even down to the installers, that they all know the expectation. That way they can work as a team to meet that goal, right? So boom. Keeping, I don't like that one. I wrote it down, but I'm going to just not even say that one. Maintaining team energy, even while like your days are shorter, hours are shorter. You got to get like back into the truck because I'm not working when it's pitch black dark. I can't see anything. So making sure that we're maintaining all of the positive energy. Like I said earlier, we can't be Eeyore or be sad all the time because it's slow. So I guess we're just gonna just mosey on around, right? So making sure that we're having that positive team energy all the time goes super far. Like I've been saying the whole entire show, use this downtime to train up and level up your guys. All right. Teach them how to use new tools, or teach the guy who doesn't get to use that tool every day how to use that tool. Doing equipment maintenance. Just like Jordan Hunt said, he plans for 400 man hours a piece during the winter to do repair and maintenance work, especially if you have drivers or skid steers or loaders or trucks, trailers, just getting them all maintained, getting ready to hit the ground running whenever the temperature warms up, right? Safety refreshers. I highly think that you should be doing this every week during the entire year. If you don't have a set day to have a meeting, you should make one And at the end of it, you should have the toolbox talk, right? You should have a safety meeting or a safety topic and pick a guy randomly every single week to do a safety topic. You should have what did we overcome last week? Like have those conversations with your crew. That way we can all come together and fix the problem. Or if there's not a problem, we can go forward. So that's a big standardizing installation processes, going back through just your processes and fine tuning them. Like I tell a lot of the guys who come to my trainings, not all of my techniques will work. If it doesn't work, that's fine. I'm completely okay with it, right? Find what works for you and take it and then run with it. Leave what doesn't. Okay. Um, Practicing like driving post, practicing digging holes with an auger, practicing setting post. This is huge right here. Teaching customer communication skills to your crew members. A lot of these guys are straight construction guys, and they might not know how to talk to a customer very well. Making sure that your team members know how to speak professionally to your clients goes a long way. So that way, John isn't walking up, and I love it whenever Chris does this, but hey, my name is John. I'm here to install your fence today. Maybe we'll get done. I don't know, but I'll see you at 5. Right? Making sure that your crews know how to talk with confidence and be professional at the same time. That goes a very long way. Slow season training equals faster installs plus fewer callbacks in the spring. All of your top companies are going to be using winter to sharpen the axe. So follow suit with that. Make sure that you are like breaking back out the books, looking at all of the things that actually matter and going down this and being like, you know what? This is really not working. Like I know it may have worked in the past. Maybe you're using a different brand of material and it just doesn't quite work the same way as your old brand does, right? Slightly changing things. Small changes go a long way, especially when you start making a couple small changes. It's the snowball effect, right? It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it rolls down the hill. So make sure that you're sharpening that axe this winter and doing it with the positivity that you would do in the super busy summer months. Um, and again, here's a couple of the best or what the best fence companies do in the slow season. They build new systems, train relentlessly, recruit early, hire during the like slow season, get them like, especially if you're in the South, get them acclimated to working in the heat. That goes a long ways. I'm telling you right now. I can't tell you how many guys in the middle of the summer have started and be like, yeah, man, I've worked outside all the time. By 10 o'clock, they're throwing up in the like corner saying that they got to go home. So having your new crew members get slowly acclimated to the heat or acclimated to being busier than they were in the winter instead of just jumping into a complete shit show, not really a shit show, but being, balls to the wall busy. That goes a long way as well. Keeping your marketing consistent, like we talked about earlier, making sure that you're still up there in those Google algorithms, Facebook algorithms, whatever ones that you do. Challenging their team to learn new skills. Like I just said earlier, we taught a foreman how to build a wood gate. We don't use wood gate frames. He has a new skill in his fence tool belt. He can build a wood gate. If it absolutely has to be a wood gate, he can build it now. So there's that. Setting new standards for the next year ahead, 2026. Setting new expectations for your install quality. Maybe you're almost there, but you're just not quite hitting the mark. Making sure that that is talked about in your Monday morning meetings, giving your guys updates on how they're progressing or digressing, and making sure that everybody is still falling in line with the whole idea to move the entire company forward. You can go over, like hole depth, hole widths for your like dig and set stuff. How much concrete we're using for this fence because it's a 4x4. How much concrete we're using for this fence because it's a 5x5 vinyl post. Going over that stuff. Going over your like driven post standards. Making sure that guys know that they have to be pretty much almost perfect most of the time. Gate building standards. Do all of that stuff. Job site presentation standards is a huge thing. Making sure that your guys are cleaning up as they go. There are times and places to make messes, and there are times and places to not make messes, and to make sure that you have a nice, clean job site, especially if you're working in one of those high-end neighborhoods. Sorry, my headphones almost fell off the back of my head. Let me fix those real fast. All right. Big one right here, fixing system gaps now versus being overwhelmed later. Making sure that your material ordering process is top notch. There is no gaps in it whatsoever. Same thing with your job scheduling workflow. Make sure that you know what your guys can put in per day. And if you're tracking your man hours per section, you should already know. Like you should be like, all right, well, my guys average 0.87 sections a man hour for wood fence. My guys average, let's say, 2.36 sections of aluminum, blah, blah, blah. Making sure that you know those. That way you can price and schedule correctly. Going back and fine-tuning crew assignments. You know, maybe for the past 6 months, you've noticed that Timmy's maybe not working out so well on John's crew. Maybe he can work better on Jason's crew. You know, going back through and making sure that your crews are going to be working as a team at the end of the day, and a productive and efficient team. Inventory management, right? Maybe your Connex looks like a bull just ran through it. Take this time and organize it. We ripped out every last thing in our Connex, I think a month ago. Completely reorganized it. Looks awesome. You know exactly where things are. You can walk in and say it's in this one. They're all labeled. You can walk right to it, pick it up, and walk out. Right. So that's a huge thing as well. Working on the communication flow from office crew to like customer, making sure that there are no gaps in there, because that's where the ball gets dropped a lot of times, and the customer gets pissed off. Oh, well, I haven't heard from, so-and-so in so long about my fence, and I would like to know something. Or John walks up at the door at 8:30 and he knocks on the door, and Mrs. Jones is upset because John didn't let her know that he was on the way. Making sure that you have the right communication flows in place. Culture. Huge thing. Culture is the secret weapon for keeping your guys around, right? Pay matters, right? But at the end of the day, I promise you, someone who has a family and actually has their head on straight, they're going to turn down a job from a shitty employer with more pay over a job with less pay, awesome employer, awesome culture, awesome team members. It's a proven fact, right? So making sure that you are getting back to your roots on the culture, maintaining your culture that you have built. That is huge, 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 huge. A strong team now equals massive growth later. And I am just stumbling all over my words tonight, but it's all right. It's all right. We're almost through this, guys. Slow season should not break your business. It should build strong teams and build the relationship you have within your company, right? You should take that time, like I said, the entire podcast, train everything, go through all of your systems, processes, and procedures, making sure that they're ironclad, ready to go for whenever them phones start ringing. David Gatto calls it the salmon rush. Make sure that everything is ready for the salmon rush. The companies who sharpen the axe during the winter absolutely dominate during the spring. It just happens. This is the time to build the team and the systems that your March schedule will thank you for. So that way you guys are not working 15 hours a day trying to get caught up because your guys are not efficient enough. I do have an entire episode on job site efficiency. If you guys are interested in watching that, go hit up the Facebook page and scroll down to episodes, and you can find it in there. I think it was a couple months ago, but I also recorded it as well and sent that out to a couple people. So if you would like it, hit me up in the DMs. I can send it over to you. But my last question for you guys is, what one thing are you trying to improve this slow season? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. And guys, just start talking about it. Start acknowledging it. Don't turn away from adversity. Face it. I'm going to mess this up, but adversity, nope. I'm just going to let Chris type it because I know he's still watching. But make sure that you are facing that adversity and you're talking about it and just getting everybody ready. You know, like I said before, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And with that said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Be safe. Dress warm up there in the north because I know it's about to be in the 30s tomorrow here in Florida. So I'm going to be looking like a little kid from A Christmas Story. Y'all go kick some ass, collect some checks, put some fence in the ground, and be safe. See y'all next week.